Today's date is May 29th, 2025, and Greg brought the controller, those two solenoids there, for the winch, and I flipped it over to see what it's going to take to fix. You know, it doesn't set level. You can't put it on anything. It's not too useful. But what I had in mind is, you know, we have the forklift. If I weld a couple channel iron like this, but wider, on here and the other side, then we can use the forklift as a anchor to use the winch. So anyway, that's still in the what if column there. So I'll talk to Pete about that tomorrow. But in the meantime, I'm going to validate that this is working, and then get it connected up to that, and then we'll work out a use for the winch, because around the shop here doesn't seem like it, but a lot of times we could just use a simple A-frame and a couple pulleys, and we could just use the cable to do some of the lifting for some of the big stuff. So let's see here. I'm going to be working on that, and it's been a pretty nice day. It's not real hot. I'm going to put the valve back together here. So I pulled, this is the actuator that goes inside this body right here. You know, you can see through to the other side, and that gates the fluid back and forth. But in this case, it's only got one direction, so I'm not going to put any more time in that. I might be able to find a valve online for under $100 or $150 and just circumvent putting any more time into this. So other than putting it back together and having it do what it did, I'm going to keep that part in. So I'll be putting that together in a little while, and I will also be putting the mag back together. I'm thinking about pulling, actually Greg said don't pull the breaker, because he might have some other boxes somewhere else that'll fit exactly what I need. So anyway, I'm going to put this back together, keep the 440 coil there. I don't know if you can see that. There, anyway, that is there's the coil right there. Okay, so anyway, that'll tie up the rest of the day. I should have this running by the end of the day when I put that valve back. In the interim, I'm just going to go ahead and check out these solenoids, and then put the charger on these batteries, because what I'll probably do have is a jumper set up. So if we do use the winch for the forklift, we'll have the batteries to make it work, and it'll be a nice shop tool. So I'll be back. Today's date is May 28th, 2025. So this is our what we're going to be doing next on the on this hydraulic project. I'm going to close all of these things out, because the need to have this, our forming machine built, it has to be built so we can get going on our Edison project. So anyway, this is going to go out there on that table right here. Right now I'm using my 100-watt panel here to charge my battery cart here. I'm using the 120 volt, you know, my inverter for this. So it's on it's doing 6 amps. When I put it on 40, it draws it down pretty quick. It's 450 watts, so you know the collector can't keep up with it. So at 6 amps, you know, that's only 72 watts, so it does it easily there. So it's keeping the batteries full there, and still you know, I'm just kind of exercising it, getting the electricity to flow through there. So let me show you what we're going to do here. It's kind of a warm day today, so these are pretty heavy duty. I'm going to service the wheels. So anyway, this is what I had in mind. So I'm going to, these have these adjusters right here, but they have a pin right here. So I'm going to take that out. I'm going to mount this perpendicular to these 4-inch or 3.5 tubing, similar to this. And then I'll make a spacer, so this will bolt on to the bottom there. I might make it so it's in the middle of the caster. So anyway, I'm working that part out. I'm trying to decide if I want to work on it out here in the sun or get the forklift in here. I might just do it at night. So I have 4 of those caster things, and I was going to lift this with the with my engine hoist. So while it's still cool, I'm going to service these wheels and probably work the okay, I'm back. My cord right here got hung up on the thing, and then it pulled it out of my GoPro. So anyway, I'm going to be servicing these. I don't have a small grease gun. I need one to do my suspension for on my El Camino. So looks like that one's broken. That's pretty good. Well, it looks like most of them are all right, but in any case, I'm going to service these wheels and then cut some pieces. See, I was experimenting here, so I'll cut some pieces to put in between, so I can sandwich them in between, and then we can keep our casters intact without tearing them all apart. Originally I was going to cut these off up at the top, but if we can make it so it's not permanent, then that'll enable us to have more flexibility in what we got to do in the future. These are awesome wheels. I can't even fathom what they would have cost. You got grease dirt fittings there. Pretty nice. So anyway, I'm going to get those serviced, and by that time it's already 12. I'm going to use this out here and pick that up, and I got to cover up the drill presses, the drill press fixture. The main goal today is get those wheels on there so I can get that out of there. Hopefully tomorrow morning I'll have this table ready right here, and so we can take that out here. I'll show you. I haven't discussed it with Pete yet, but this whole area right here, I would like to be able to make our foundry. So it's just messy. There's a lot of space here, and we could bring our bandsaw back under cover, and kind of he's got some forging stuff out here already. Here's a blower. So if I can put an hour a day or so towards getting this cleaned up, and then I'll be able to maybe move the bottles over here, make a space for them over here. So anyway, that's what I'd like to do. Then that round table can come over here and be ideal. We already have a nice vise, and the other part is by having it back here, he has his back access for it, so everything would be accessible. It'd be nice concrete area, and we could have 3 smelters going. So anyway, I would like to do that, but Pete may have some other plans. So that's it in a nutshell. I'm going to get back to work. Today's date is May 29th, 2025, and I'm getting ready. I'm going to flip this back up. I've been trying to straighten out. This is somehow collapsed here, so this wheel isn't tracking very well. So I was going to break the bead there and right here and pry it down. It's just going to be outside for a welding cart. And this is a clamp-on amp meter that I was telling Greg about. Anyway, this is what is happening. This morning I came in while it was cool and put the wheels on the table that was out here. I put wheels on this morning. I found these dollies out in Pete's backyard, and I was going to cut all this stuff off, but you know, by just making these adapters, it's doing a perfect job, because now this table's heavy and I'm able to move it around. So in that vein, while the sun is still east of me, what I would like to do, see, I have the solar panel charging this at 40 amps. So I'm going to put that to trickle for right now. So I got to move this stuff out of the way, and then when we bring that table in, I'll be able to put this on the table, and then I'll be able to release it to Pete and Steve. So that's what I'm going to be doing right now. So anyway, I'll be back. Maybe I'll put this on time delay. Well, I may not be able to do that. The door out there, let me get this battery out of here. Anyway, the door, the roll-up door, we've been having a problem with the chain. So there's two chains up there. There's this one right here, and that's the one you pull, but there's another one, a bicycle gear chain that goes on the roll-up door, and it keeps slipping off for some reason. So that's a problem that has to be solved. I can't bring that table in now, so I got to figure out a way to get that fixed. So I'll be back. Okay, so I tried to, I got the chain over the big gear, but the little one, it's too hard. You know, I'm not going to get on a ladder to do any work. You know, people over 45 or 50 should stay off of ladders. So anyway, I at least got it around the top gear, the roll-up gear. But that little one there, I'm going to try if I can find something I can make an extension with and try to guide it over. But that'll be from the ground here. So anyway, I got to see if I can put something together to get that chain back on there. I'll be back. Today's date is May 30th, 2025, and Steve helped me get the chain back on there. We have to, I got to get this all cleared out, and we got to make an adjustment so that chain doesn't come off of there. So I'm going to move this equipment out here for a little bit and try to get a ladder in here so we can get that fixed, and then that won't be an issue in the future, hopefully. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I'll be moving the log splitter over here in a second. Then that'll free up this table, and I'll finish up the spool valve. So basically I wanted to get that inside, get that log splitter on there, and get it on wheels. Now with that, then Pete and Steve can start laying out their hydroforming part of it. So I'll be back. Greg and I had to go get some fuel for the forklift. So anyway, that's what we're doing right now. When we get over to where the my test fixture is, I'll get more video. So I'll be back. I think he's trying to move that out of the way. Okay, I'll be back. I tried moving it pretty damn heavy. I thought maybe you could pull it out a little bit. You can get pretty close here, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, both of those are pretty heavy. So I was thinking if you can get in there and pull it out some, then this is a big milestone for me. That'd be a nice fixture. We got oil at the shop. So we're gonna have to replace that. Thing hasn't moved in quite a while. I'll be back. Hey, we made it through there. Let's leave that there and see what we need to do to fix that hose leak. We'll turn this off and see what our propane leak is, and because that's a big leak.
I'm going to drop it and take it over to my shop.
Yeah, that works. So what I'm going to do is follow you over in my car so I can bring you back.
Yeah, okay.